October 7th. I've heard nothing from the eye. Not a single peep. The pessimist in me thinks it might be the calm before the storm. Perhaps. In case this is the end, I'm mailing a copy of these notes to you, Chris. At least if something happens, you'll know everything up to the moment I went to the meeting at the Royal Oak. Hopefully this isn't the end, but if it is, I want to be prepared. If I don't get them, then at least I know you will. And I can die with that. October 9th. Well, that meeting was unexpected to say the least. I'm still here, for the moment, so at least there's that, right? I met with a Mr. Vint. I don't think he was much older than me. Something about him felt much more mature, yet familiar, kindly. We spoke for somewhere close to 3 hours. It was less business than I expected. I felt like I was catching up with an old friend, or cousin, or something similar. He asked a bunch of personal questions, mostly about my mother, growing up, life, and college. Nothing about why I joined the Eye, which I thought was odd. But maybe they don't ask questions to things they think they already know. I kept it as true as possible, easier to keep track of the lies. The meeting concluded with me being promoted. They want me to manage the Eye's affairs in the northern part of the parish. They're grooming me to possibly take over a bigger territory in the future. Unbelievable. I guess the time isn't right to expose the organization. Think of the access I'll have in a leadership role. What I can learn. This could be real power. Real power to effectively end the Eye once and for all. October 15th. Today I was briefed by North Shore Research's Internal Review Board. All of them are loyal members of the Eye, of course. They informed me of their advancements in artificial intelligence and their plans to release a genetically modified version of advanced Tinchbahoa encephalitis into a small town. They were deciding between Springfield, Laplace, and St. Roch. We need to make sure this doesn't happen. October 18th. The folks at North Shore introduced me to their artificial intelligence, Prophet. They claim it was a gift from the Eye. Nasty thing. You can feel its disdain for humanity through the computer monitor. October 20th. So apparently they're aliens. Advanced Tinchbahoa encephalitis is an alien species born from the Eye. And most of us are already infected to some degree, especially me. That's what I drank. That's what's in the water. It's mostly harmless until it decides not to be. But when you free it, alter it, it can be quite deadly. Or at least that's what I'm learning. November 2nd. I met Governor Edwards today. He made it clear that we had the full support of his office. I don't think I've ever felt so connected, so powerful. It's tempting to keep the office. After all, it would only cost my soul. November 9th. I was just wine and dined by a room full of state senators and representatives. All of them were asking me for favors. Me. Feels different being on the other side of things. Mr. Vint has requested another meeting for tomorrow. Wanted to see how things were going. November 10th. They know everything. They always knew. Since the beginning. God, how could I be so stupid? They know who I am, Chris. They know that my last name is really Lane. They know that I'm trying to expose them. And I'm sure you're asking how. How did they find out? Why did they let me join? The answer is ridiculously simple. Stupidly simple. Mr. Event is Walter Lane, my dad, reborn in another body, in a body he stole. This was a lot to take, of course. He tried to ease me into it, but how the hell do you ease someone into this? He explained to me that when he died, he awoke inside the eye, inside its belly. There were thousands of others joined in its flesh. That's where he became whole for the first time. It was there he realized that he was wrong about the eye, that the eye was good, maybe the only good left in the world. And after he was resurrected, the only thing he could think to do was make sure we were together again, father and son. The organization didn't like it, but he was able to convince them I'd be useful. So here I am. God help me, he was actually excited about the thought of us spending Thanksgiving together. He tried to hug me, but I refused. I thought about nothing else but destroying the eye for so long. Give his soul a chance to rest. But my dad didn't need to rest. He's one of them. But is he really? He felt like my dad. No. More like the memory of my dad. But he was more, or maybe less than he was. It was his eyes. Even in the body of another person, I recognized him, but not completely. There was something extra, something evil. It was the eye. So many emotions. I felt so many things. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wanted to embrace him in this false, stolen body. It was my dad. I felt cheated out of growing up with him for so long. And now he's right here in front of me. The eye gave me what I asked for, answered my prayers. Maybe the person he was before he died was wrong. And this version is right. Maybe this is the way. I could hug him, take my place in this organization, meet someone, and wait to live again forever. No, this is a lie. This man is a lie. This whole damn organization is a lie. And I won't fall for it. I vowed to expose everything. That's when he warned me. Warned me that if I attempted to expose the eye, hurt the organization, that my punishment would be worse than being fed to the creatures in the static. I would be rejected from everything that the eye blessed. I would be an abomination, a creature twisted by death, doomed to be trapped between life and the eye. I would be some sort of vulture, picking the remains of those I wanted to save. Again, I refused him. As I left, I heard him say, "Please." I turned to find him frowning. He looked genuinely sad. But that wasn't my dad. Not fully. It was his memories, but something was off. Not quite right. The light that made him was replaced by something else. He can threaten me with damnation all he wants. Clearly, I'm already damned, whether it's a part of the eye or not. It's just up to me to decide how. November 17th. I've been holed up in my apartment since meeting my dad. He's called at least a dozen times, begged me to reconsider. I haven't answered. I won't. I've hung up every time. November 19th. I'm almost done with the article. It doesn't read like the news, more like a crazy horror movie. Beside the phone calls, I've had no contact from the eye. Perhaps they're nothing but empty threats. Maybe this is going to turn out to be okay after all.
I am disappointed, son, that you cannot see beyond your hate, but I realize that this hate is partly my fault. I left you believing a lie. We can still be a family, Carl. The time we lost is a fraction of what is promised. We can be an eternal family joined with the eye. But time is running out. Please don't refuse this gift. The eye is generous but easily angered. You don't understand what's going to happen if you continue to reject your vow. Your body will be broken. Every bone will be twisted and turned. Your eyes pushed to the back of your skull. Your soul will constantly be pulled between heaven and the eye, but always denied either. You will be forever upside down, seeking the flesh of whatever prey you can scavenge. Those brief moments will be your only salvation. They will be the only time you will feel human, but they'll be short and brutal. Don't let this happen to you, son. At least speak to me one last time.
November 24th. My arm is broken. I can feel my bones twisting, losing vision. Make them pay. Please. Carl was a good friend and a better man. Now he's nothing more than an urban legend. And it hurts me every time I hear someone in the neighborhood repeat that ghastly rhyme. But I fear there may be some truth to it, and he truly isn't waiting to greet me in the next life. I was scared for so long to make good on our promise, but mortality has a way of making us heroes in the end. Your work is seen, and now so are they. Finally, it is time to blind the eye forever.